Ebusana pai so yama wache ama wo akwaba ede aseda ne di kan ede matwe di ampo Nyankopon ono no aboye ho ban ma December bosome ene akoye da etoso enan ma yema ahwefo ne atiefo nyina afihyiapa nkakra ehye afi 2021 yasi bebre ena yafamu ensoso muja edi emu afurusane atechema egusu da bodwe mu enti yekoya nim ye de aseda sonko na de matwe di ampo Nyankopon se waboye ho ban ma afi akọ aba abeto yen ye pa yen se na kakra aka ye nimu no Nyankopon otwedi ampon no ankasa e de yebetwa na afei ye de ani ehu 2022 asida to so mienu me de mawo wankasa wo hwe me na wutie me already so anapai se wo do afidie no o de ato Adom TV na afei so wutie yen e wo Asempa 94.7 FM meeting at the Chief Jay Force and Medase say what kind of home and a pay ye did Nnawotwe Jumedi ye di free studios ha 355 Fanofa Street Kokomlimli and Crying ye di Jumedi ye de Brewo on behalf of my producer director Welbeck Kofi Ampedu and the rest of the team ye da say Emwachen esanso Emma Wakwaba ebium Nnawotwe niema bebre e na akoso Nnawotwe etwemu ye share ne akoso parliament after the 2022 budget ene ho ensemo a ayeho megidi se ni nyina no eye wanim asem dada achese nyina no yenim deda enso na ye hwe ni mu se emahebejafo no wo mo sanso every weekend no eba adwada brada wo mbepie emahebejafie ho no mu a enka entiase betumi aye adwuma ema afei ruling and the final verdict the Speaker of Parliament Honorable Aban Bagben wadi tuja ansana wobetu kwan akọ amanone meche Dubai no na ke de no eye adwuma enso the first deputy speaker ebetena mu Honorable Joe Wines betena mu no odane no ema yebeka ya ebenada no ekoye ho ukwada no kra de na akoye bibia ewo ho but anapay pese ye hwe the current parliament structure no se ne tie no a NDC 4137 NPP 4137 and an independent member of parliament also I imagine say one MPP for and a beye adwuma enti say ye hwemu a na somewhere somehow hang parliament na sense say anema ekono ye twe adwene kwa kire kakra 6 January and san ye be swear the 8th parliament for in on the 7th of January no the course so na etwamfoni ekire and so ndey the eguso aye hunu no ebenya nsunsanso bi e wo Ghana ye kabi mamin kabi amembo no mu ana because parliament aye kan wasemi e ho no wo mo hyemra aye parliament e na wo mo hyemra say the current structure ne sane etie no ntime ho ase no ase e ya ginsemu aso MPP enei wo mo ya majority wo mo benya sa pepa no and ya broni friend no engagement a consensus building say ya transene atoto adwen omo betimi anya sa akoma no na wo mo de pushi government agenda and abind the policies no wo mo de pushi ana so NDC for no so hu say sani na tie in the 7th parliament no say enti say biu enti enya dia the eyes have it the eyes have it there be enya dwuma biu now the noes also have some voice and numbers enti ni akoso ni MP okotwe akonya ene adwasafo I say onwa enye wonwa and afei the posturing of deputy speaker of parliament and the substantive speaker of parliament on both sides no ni nyina no anapay ye besim konya na afei ye agimre na ya hwe eno danchen a enura ena sania afibia ye didi no Farmers Day ye de ehye so na enura na ye the 37th edition of Farmers Day mi gina we so na mabo akuafo ene apufu nyina abaso in fact enyamo a enka sebe yen sent to me enkwaya no na enura dwumadie ne mpempen so ankasa no ye de hye so ewo Adisadel College hono mampani ekokasai ministers of agric and fisheries wo nyina no wo ta na kire ekowie no na Alhaji Mashood Mohammed 44 years in Fiaduana 9 pe na so ya brantia kama wono ena the overall national best farmer wono no odi nkunim na futu a wode ma mabunu na manije ho say nei wo ya babunu a koso na hwese wani beje ubenya dobi ede amakuayo eno ne betimi abo no oman no etimi akona nim ye beka afie twemu owura Solomon Kwajokusi ena odi nkunim anei Alhaji Mashood Mohammed so abedi nade na nra yehunufoni ne niamaniema bi abasobode ahodo a yedema regional best farmers, district best farmers ene ne keka ho na ebi wo hono mu a eyema yam hihye kakra ebi wo ho a eyema yam hihye kakra enei se uhwe TV a yemfa nto hade no so mame uhwe TV a yemfa nto hade no so mame nia district best farmer bodi nia uhwe sesi eye bodi district ena that TV no so no ground so kwa ena ye twitwa key soap no ne de kotokuro atomu a ye twitwam enti farmer no a na kuani no a obedi nkunim no kuanu no a obedi nkunim no wano ena jama key soap no ya ma se akate baako a gallon baako a na fe ye twa key soap no so half na de no so de aka ho ama. Is this the best result for another reward for farmers? Abaswodi ebetim dia ma omo ani. Best Greater Accra Regional Minister Kofi Ampadu say owe no so a. Are we a serious country? Are we a serious country? Greater Accra Region say him on a bicycle and a man den. Say, what do you know what I want to say? She fifra akuafo wo motie say anya bribia farmer wo mo a. Is this the best way to honor them? Is this the best way to reward our farmers, our gallant farmers? Na wi abeka say mabunu venture into agriculture. Me amiti hey say me hunu bibi say what motivates me? Say me wura kuayom. And apart me ba na me name producer director Kofi Ampadu say Kofi, look, it's high time we got serious as a country. It's high time we got serious as a country. So buy the seed and so say planting for there, rearing for there, and then say the sa brofo kese no what they want hosa for here. The government must show some seriousness. The government must show some seriousness. Say who show me, who tell me already so joining me on Facebook. Asempa 94.7 FM. Video no na da ho no. In fact me who video we na me ra ho. Why? Key soap no ti say anya hwekwa no yentimi ma mo full bar of key soap. Anti di padom no anim grounds hole and ye de kotokura atu key soap no mu a ye papem. Why? Adan enti we se babu no bi ehu a. In fact, this is a shame to the NPP government. It's a shame to the Minister of Agric. The organizers of Farmers' Day celebration. It's a big shame. It's a big shame. And yet we pride ourselves. I mean, the last time I had a conversation with the Minister of Agric. No, fine, we don't want to go there. But what tin and new fifre, not what they are do, none from Kwaso Hamache. That's a farming input no cranny and to me at this one, mano. One should have a phone a year. Nay, so district no mention Munano, when I am more abaso, Sequiania, Udimwa, a bicycle. The whole region, a bicycle. And look for that picture. I am also for Mommy. Where your body? It's a shame. As if I'm a ferry. And I think we need to set up as a country. The government of the day must set up. Any the best regional best farmer. Any that's no. Then we must as well forget about this whole Farmers' Day thing. Because membra fi mu ni nyina na mbegina ho na fei na yemfa key soap half bar. Me dey the chief Jerry Forson. Ma me consume no so na fei we dey na say me can be. Na say me can. Next time can. Honorable Andrew Ajapa Mesa yemranimu ni Mashebejani Ojina Madi share on second D. One ukwe so a deputy energy minister or Mizum ne so and a face so Honorable Richard Champo, a member of the arbitration committee and member of parliament Bia East. Almost so Mizum so ma mame Emma Omakwaba. Honorable Champo Temenka.
I don't come in CJ.
Never told me be able to
Adom now, sir.
You go soon kakra. Begin say what say some fire on Farmers Day. So we can be kakra mpo asane abane akoso parliament na wada Roma.
CJ my men now na me cha wa hwefo nyina. Me say asam ne kan na wa kan. Because no some of us no yes you who some pictures in it. Any video share greater Accra there okay man bicycle. That is the whole district best farmer. Who command the bus? The bus can or the back of all the man the bus from school and now say a hen or deco. Until a motivation motivating the panel. Say, oh, yeah, on you, Juma, not what trouble be. Because said, okay, yeah, draw you into agriculture. I say creating some environment you to know. Not a tenant entice some say they will also venture into agriculture. But you need and I bandit my form of Juma. And no mean I put no more school if you bring I office a Juma yet. And I for school. Not say it's there. Honestly, to me the Juma and the Juma flashes. Abba, the young one dip on a day, on which me who scab it to be their dog. And nobody intend to piggy a fish, farming, other day, and all that. And if I will be winning a very near a boa basso. Now said I can board DDA. I could have free among class, Abba, a program. I said, you could have 4 to 5 hours, some that protocol. Now, Quacobona Basso, as a key suppose I show me, you know. Like you stop on one bar and Casacrana boy, say. But me and I cry, say I was a coach, you know, that come up here. And now, man, be a cry now, beer. But minister, Greek minister, and Ancasa, Aqua Central Regional. Shamanti out, so muto, I to t-shirt, printed t-shirt, Momo, some of your campaign, Marco, President. Jessica, I'm one of fine check your phone. Somewhere who knew some poor among the Pamom say higher campaign, and your politics never there. On no ambition in here and change the welfare of the farmer. It's very unfortunate. Until you or mine Timono name here, I don't want man cost on your son money here. Name my mom for a more personal any sufficient gains in Quano and the leaders in the beard and pursue, which is very, very unfortunate. Because I try to catch a bunch of say, Uncle, a Juma. But besides motivation in the womb. Yeah, benefit in the womb. Apart from no answer, the benefit. But I mean, say, Coco for bring an ebay. Omco carry crown common Jessica. I'm carry cocoa more than 3 weeks. I call 1 month to come on Yamusika. Women, I am perhaps some country. It's very bad. And how can you buy the plenty for food and jobs about? And the one why by printing for export about impact on Angasapo. Nipa say na for Majuma. Na nipa sample na benefit of and fertilizer point for any more so. It is about time kind of actually a home. Nanya ne mebobwa. No bia adwuma di o di bia no. Wo to e wo fro pepema den. E dia ye tsa adwuma no. Abasobo bia ni wa ye nya obi ano obi antan ne baabi. Oton ne food here so agini sika no kon baabi. So be wo to be time the whole day. Akuma kiss up half of the oko be dey kra so nya sika betima ko to bi. And very unfortunate. But am I a woman am a more etimono. I'm saying the one you.
Well,
elections have consequences.
I don't know in your constituency. So when the Farmers Day celebration, no, here, Honorable Champion, when the actually, Honorable Champion.
Hello.
Yeah, maybe that's in your constituency when the Farmers Day celebration, no, actually.
mpacho umpejalo ne so kakra.
Okay, me pacho ode na so ma me na me bisa say o constituency when it the Farmers Day dwumadi e course no echi ana.
Committee we are ubisa say e course.
Yeah, when it the echi, were you able to follow the celebration in your constituency?
Oh yeah, me e the echi am say yakwaya no electoral area bi na kuru bi e for himakuru. Yam say ho no ye ne bro half of na share border. Into this year no ho no me de call. But so far so good. The movie reporter menya say bibia eboko ayasumji. And I'm a assembly member for the area. I don't know when you district best farmer. It's a negative report to be a infantry hodie.
Okay. All right. Mame ko honorable Andrew Ejapamesa. So honorable Etemenka. Honorable Ejapamesa. Hello, honorable. Me bacho on mute. One machine on mute. On mute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
My
yeah,
apologies.
yeah. Bibi aboko.
Adom akwa, yameza chen. What was it?
You gudun kakra. And actually, you share Parliament na wakodo ho, but another Farmers Day. Mintumu hunde. Some of the pictures and videos. Awards are about what the farmers in Libya. Honorable Japamesa Etemenka. Yeah, some of the pictures and videos circulating on social media are what the farmers and fishermen in Libya.
Yo, CJ, it's unfortunate that these days because of social media, BBI news, and so you would see an attempt to ridicule. Now, the suggestion, the National Farmers Day Awards was about uncomfortable, but clearly, say, every pictures now all circulates for social media now. Several valuable items were given to Ghanaian deserving farmers for National Farmers Day event or taking place for Mamu School Park, at the Southern College School Park or Cape Coast. Now, the there, district be also hosted. See, I suppose the districts no resources, nobody determine what is given out as awards to the farmers. In times past, and awards now the farmers. The big guy I don't go, but we moved on. It didn't look pleasing, to be honest with you, but we have to go beyond and find out why the particular assembly involved. No, one the bicycle or that some of the items are using on social media. Okay,
because for instance, body. Okay, don't let me drag this issue. Now, so you are a member of the arbitration committee. So far, Wednesday, Tuesday, that display in Parliament. Wednesday, be as we speak between majority and minority over the 2022 budget. Say I approve and also say I reject it. And Comodiana Equasing, Honorable Champo, Misha Sinfilson.
Hello.
Yeah, Otemen Honorable Champo. Good. Let me be say so far after Tuesday, workout, Wednesday, Yachim Kunyani Adieno, and Kitahundia between minority and majority, no, Equasing our Parliament.
CJ, the mechanism, Nama, especially also now Tuesday, the MICC Parliament, you know, you know, was a key our Quandiso. And to yes, so intimate now, Amasane Mano, and Kukoko, so our Parliament of Ghana, you know, 7 January 2021, MEC and Ghana for. I'm fine saying we don't want a repeat of that. If you don't know before that they were and now no Tuesday day so in never be ASC. The share engagement I didn't come over every you did roadmap out to talk. Come say, but yeah, Tanya man, a bit more avoid the crowd. A Parliament of Ghana. Though member be between me any disagreement, we between me Shato and all that. But they say that they talk come up and such a member be no in case disagreement and move from all seat. So we'll call the other side. I don't want to buy let the other people know some of some more back. And they crash in them ever no. Speaker, I'm a ruling being your law is very clear. We come by a substantive motion to challenge the ruling of Mr. Speaker. Though there are technicalities over there because Speaker now only in general or not about admitting motion. And it's all about admitting fear and football. But no chance ever resorting to violence or any other considered as untoward. Because they are not careful of the image of Parliament, you know. And so, I can assure you, we are making progress. And today, you know, can overshare on Friday, you know, we are sure that my business and cost our Parliament. Then, you know, say, you calm down situation, you know. And so far from where I sit, you know, any amount for I engage you, you know, I'm so be who said there's a need to come together as one people. We have we to disagree on a democracy or no. But we disagreement. I know in yes, and I be and those aspects in the own say unfortunate. We are trying our best. View. From next week Tuesday going on, Ghana for another one say there's been a change.
Okay.
You know, individuals' integrity and their life will be on the line. And I'm say, Parliament and I so no, they are standing on the new constitution. No, there are sanction regimes. They will say, Utu and Namobi are emphatic to bring the Parliament of Ghana to disrepute. These are the sanctions and all that. And nobody wants to go through that process. And to me, Adom, the CCN are unfortunate, you know, it be intimacy.
Okay, Honorable Champ, once I'm honorable message, the current structure of Parliament, and your constitution, parliamentary standing orders, and VCG, and Jenny and Shane, who said that's Biano, Yebenya somehow a hang Parliament. What share the current Speaker of Parliament and in the political background, and the deputies in Swa? Say Speaker Tia Konyama, I was saying it here. The deputy Bia so Ebetra Konyama, and also I was saying it here. Do we have that assurance? Because I know the wait media, but Yako enemy, there will be other bills and there will be other debates about Fi Honoma. And sure, it's a provision, no any constitution, not any standing orders in the Munti. That I be to call Parliament or Champon.
I'm saying a very important issue or reason, because the panel presiding or not a different interpretation, a creative problems at the man home. And how can you standing on the constitution now? And very clear. Only say your gray areas blue man. Constitution and as a standing on the so specific. When you know person take some undue advantage. Time we have a very good MIA. But this is the time we are working on a new standing order. A person can be a Juma from 2022. And as I speak, our draft stage. And the same moment we are crossing and a very informal year. I'm a keep some in the new standing order. Now, you are clear on certain things. Because you can't want to me. You can't understand me. Or define who a speaker is. Also, speaker includes a presiding at a sitting. And it's a mere look at a crop. So speaker in the hall, not two deputies in the hall. As members say, let me some presiding. At that particular moment,
you are the speaker.
Assuming that authority and responsibility as Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Konyana, I want to be friends on our champion, Richard. You address me as a Mr. Speaker. Me rule and the out on a fan. I just have a challenge through emotion. But it's like people are trying to interpret the law to suit their own political and personal interests. And then the other be a OCCA. Question is no new standing orders now. Young pass into a working document. I think it will take time and address all these gray areas. And more being taking some undue advantage over the other.
Okay.
It's not going forward because issues are kind of what you on the 109. I take 102, 105. Who the speaker is.
Yes.
I had to form quorum, and the one presiding should not take part in vote and all that. You standing orders, will make it clear over there. Because, okay, on the 109 now, I can't know, sir, now, Emma was here for and Martin Kaya, but a program, the better kind. 109 say a deputy speaker or any other member presiding shall not retain his original vote while presiding. The upper thing I say, MPBA of you 275 will be our original vote. Or be a with original vote, only casting vote. But MP who original vote. Everything ultimate and Etoaba. No, be Etoaba, we are not only for or a part of members of for quorum. Basic understanding to be a Timinia. Meet here, only voting right or not. You come from Koroma, you count. At the moment, we are empty and we are a deputy speaker. Now, president, you can't wear two hats at the same time. What do you can't tell me, MP? Me say speaker.
Me honorable Champo.
Speakership because who presided over meeting.
Honorable Champo. What do you mean? Honorable Champo.
Yes, sir.
Me bacho ye twetwe nkomontia na ama oso aba kakra. Nti se command sa MP no a bakotena sesia or acting as speaker no. Why not representing the members? For instance, Honorable Joe Wise, at that time no a wote akonya mu no. Why not representing additional more bekwai?
At that material moment, no. The choir representation, no. I know the speakership, no. 1,000, no. But what I say, it is 1 hour, I say 2 hours, no. One represent the choir for no you be at MP. At that particular moment, no. Who act as a speaker? Oh, yeah, be a MP Juma that particular moment, no. But what I say,
me too.
I think the president took quite now a vice president to anyhow. Let's speak as a president. At that particular time, no, ultimately, Parliament is not presided. I don't think that or a money deputy and the year speaker. No, as a president. That's how it is done. At the moment, a speaker as a president, you know, most of us presided our household unpresided because that particular moment, you speak a man or acting as a president, as anybody or follow any time speaker at 2 kilometers. At the moment, who was doing such a position, no, what about what to say? And also a temporary arrangement and not permanent. Like I said, the quiet for when a better president or the argument, no. And it's just a temporary transition in a way. I actually want a day or two. It would also be 1P. Only the MP will be an influence. Now that particular maintain function now perform. Who perform as a speaker? Who perform as a MP for the quiet? That be. I just said man away. The good thing can say, oh, form part of quorum. Now what I put Mama for trouble. I make it problem.
Okay.
Lawyers have different interpretation.
All right. All right. My call Honorable Japamesa. So Honorable, Untimin joining. Okay. All right. Honorable Japamesa Besanso joining via Zoom. Say Zoom no nya. Madam, my friend will phone na fe and come on Intimin flow. But in studio, me wo Erica J, or a Deputy Bono Regional Communication Officer of the NDC. Sanso and Bernard Odro Nyako, or a member of the communications team of the NPP. And I know Mama Kwaba. Ibiaboko. The Nyamiase. And the Pema yam rantia papa, rantia no. Mantia no aba.
We don't hear no food about that. Where you see him for that?
Mecha food.
Is that something that you see him?
Mecha, my senior brother, Honorable Richard Achampon. Bia East for Mecha Omunina. Now, CJ, Farmers Day, no, it's a compulsory. Say can was say a banche baby.
I didn't know this, sir.
Because say I catch you mu yi so man your crank you. Nanka o de ki soap no crank twitwa ne dan mu na wrap ho na nye fe. Ana me boa. Kese obu honorable Departments are joining on phone. Into my na Yembra studio. Honorable Departments are now you are joining us on phone, but colleague Honorable Richard the Champon mentioned some gray areas in the standing orders. I don't know good to say or more me pacho. But what yeah. Good. From what your colleague is saying, he mentions some individual or political interest in say friction no egusua
in the network or failure no
e wan kana na your constituency. Honorable. Hello. Okay. About after the
Mesa baby original no free ho ko gina baby foforo, that is the deal. Ana me boa. Honorable pe baby gina na mon kasa. CJ. Ya me anim no kreni. Me buy a movie video no.
Hello?
Kakra.
Yeah, honorable Mesa.
But someone can see here.
That's a manka.
Papa.
Good. Your take on Akosua Parliament. Our colleague I mentioned some grey areas because of the current structure. You see, I know 137, who is supposed to be the speaker. We know where Yenibebia are free. Deputy, it's also Yenibebia are free. Moving forward. How are you guys, I'm sure minority majority for more moving forward? Yenti some misunderstandings and the course of parliamentary ABU. Honorable.
No, in here, we say for them when you're broken and the paying. It's unfortunate that internet in no failure and my into managing one Zoom. Look, if we need massive we are. Yes, Takashi, yes, informed decisions. Yes, some to be charitable. Every year, months and non factor, we only have the grey areas in your constitution. There's no grey area in the constitution. The constitution is very clear on who the speaker is and goes further to define who first deputy speaker and second deputy speaker are. Why? Because there's a clear recognition that the speaker may not be in a position to be in chamber all the time. And see, then nominate in won't be one political party. No one assist by presiding in the chamber anytime that the speaker is not available. Constitution is the Munkofu Tunu, you want to see among members of parliament. In fact, Constitution not further to say, and our standing orders not further to say that the speaker you are, first deputy speaker you are, second deputy speaker you are. Parliament to preside. Great area where you know your hands. See,
Honorable.
What's the difficulty with these provisions? What happened in Parliament on Tuesday was disgraceful. It was shameful. The people who instigated it ought to bow their heads in shame and apologize to the good people of this country for such misconduct. Moya Momomponi elected representatives in the democratic system are what's not the hallowed chamber of parliament are what to the revolution has come to stay. Like, are we serious? Revolution. Really? It's as if we don't even appreciate the import of the kinds of words that we use. Wednesday morning, I send a message to one of our sister stations, and apart where one newspaper review or playback. I said I'm ashamed to be associated with this conduct unbecoming of people who are representatives of Ghanaians in the hallowed chamber of parliament. It makes you wonder how grown men
cannot agree to disagree, how we cannot be decorous in our conduct on the floor of Parliament. At all, if you disagree with the position that the first deputy speaker has taken, there are rules, there are processes that you can go through to challenge it. When the majority disagreed with the speaker's position on Friday, we didn't pick up arms. We walked out of the chamber. Of course, there was noise, which is fine. Heckling is allowed. But to the extent of attempting to attack the speaker, pulling the speaker's chair, there's no gray area.
But honorable Japames and Padomebao, we call it Kotu order 1093. Wo ye lawyer ni mepe unchiremu on that standing order. A deputy speaker or any other member presiding shall not retain his original vote while presiding.
But, first deputy speaker, hold on. First deputy speaker did he vote?
But look, 138.
Thank you very much. Because he was a member present. Read Article 104. It's clearly distinguishable from this Order 109. Article 104. And for good reason. Okay, CJ. Echo Article 2913. Echo Article 82. Or indicate certain numbers of MPs who must be present for a decision to be taken. But Wadaroma, we read Article 2911 and 3. Also, a bill to amend here 2911, 3. Where Parliament approves the bill, it may only be presented to the President for his assent. If it was approved at the second and third readings of it in Parliament by the vote of at least 2/3 of all members of Parliament. All members of Parliament. This is in respect of amendment of unentrenched clauses in the Constitution. Echo Article 82, vote of censure. Of the Parliament may, by a resolution supported by the vote of not less than 2/3 of all members of Parliament, pass a vote of censure on a Minister of State. Echo the removal of a speaker, 2/3 of all members. Go to Article 104. Except as otherwise provided in this Constitution, such as under Article 82, 2913, and other such provisions in the Constitution. Matters in Parliament shall be determined by the vote of the majority of members present and voting, with at least half of all the members of Parliament present.
Okay.
Is this Greek?
No, but remember, let me Article 104 ni bill. Except as otherwise provided in this Constitution, matters in Parliament shall be determined by the vote of the majority of members present and voting, with at least half of all the members of Parliament present.
Yes. What does this mean? A provisioning is a safeguard against 100 people going to sit in the chamber and taking a decision, out of which a majority can carry. And so the Constitution says that the Parliament will take a decision there, or were there at least half of all MPs were present.
No, but in a case where
hold on,
the MP now is acting as the Speaker of Parliament.
Acting as Speaker of Parliament, look, this is a very simple matter. Unless, of course, the people who are putting a mischievous interpretation on it to serve their political ends. Otherwise, it's a very simple matter. Parliament provisioning doesn't apply to Speaker and First Deputy Speaker or Second Deputy Speaker. As someone can it will speak a little over.
No.
All the constitution, because it doesn't even anticipate that the speaker will be present or not present. This 104 does not anticipate that. All it says is that for a decision of parliament to be taken before the speaker can put a question, or were there half of all MPs were chamber. No matter there. The rationale for this is to safeguard a situation where in 60, 30, 40, parliament will take a decision. The constitution and the framework anticipated that that situation may create chaos. And to ensure that a decision is taken, it has to be by at least a certain number. This in itself recognizes that any MPB are not the chamber on every day. And so if MPs don't come, it cannot stall the work of parliament.
Okay. Honorable Bacho, Honorable Richard Champon,
It's rocket science. CJ.
Honorable Richard Champon.
It's clear.
Honorable Mesa.
So, if you have 138 members present in the chamber, that the speaker is not available, who presides?
A member out of the 138, and so it reduces the number to 137. Messi, out of the 138, one person is now sitting as the Speaker of Parliament. So then that makes that leaves 137 members. Anamwa.
No. That leaves 138 members in the chamber with one presiding. Bear in mind that the vote, even 80 people out of the half of the 138, when they decide, that matter passes. Because all the constitution requires is that saying a half of members present, majority of that half are what Waba can decide.
Okay. Honorable Mesa Bacho Jina Sumame, Honorable Achampo Oteninka. Honorable Richard Achampo. Okay. Yeah, Luso Honorable Richard Achampo. Say auditu and him say or nam kwanswa or ko a yebi enti nyado bitimi atwetwe nkomo akwachi Eric Ajewa Eric will do justice to the issues. Bernardo Donya Konso so ewa. But Eric, Honorable Japamesa, final words nothing. We're expecting to have both of you on the phone, but o colleague no only honti. Final words ninja okwan.
Yeah. Unlike on Friday when the speaker presided over the parliament and put the question before 137 members. That did not meet the constitutional test of half of members present. Also, the speaker on your MP. You see, that decision that was taken on that Friday was null, void, and of no effect. And so Tuesday, when we...
Mesa.
The decision to set aside that illegality of the Friday was legitimate, was valid. The questions that was subsequently put for determination, which was carried by the majority of members present, was legitimate. The budget has been duly approved and would be implemented accordingly. I'm only hoping that with all the issues that have come up, we will let cool heads prevail. But then there, look, consensus building, it actually is practiced on a daily basis in committees. So it's not new. Every time we have a committee meetings, we deliberate. There are only a few cases where, in most cases, under those circumstances, certain directions are issued to the NDC members of parliament who object. And I'll give you an instance, the Japan royalties. That essentially is one of the few occasions that I've seen a disagreement at committee. Otherwise, consensus is what drives the business of Parliament. Into one man, you have them spirit, you have call into
all right,
detailed assessment of the estimate and pass the appropriations before we write.
All right,
So
but that's it.
Government business.
But I say, Honorable Andrew Ejapa Mensah, Deputy Energy Minister, Member of Parliament, Second D constituency, and I know Atreche and Komono, Adom TV, Asempa 94.7 FM. Now, Chujumedi and Iguswa, Yede, Bromidi, the Chief Jerry Forson. Oma, me from the first break, no, Nafi, me ba, Nafi, yeah, the proper studio discussion. Yeah, but it's here.